real yellow card that was probably warranted was that John Souttar one.
Yeah.
And I think what have we got now? Is it 6 yellow cards, 5 yellow cards in the first half?
The Diomande one, I mean, the Diomande only gets booked because of the reaction of the player, but the referee should be able to see that he's not caught him. And Fenerbahce in that first half, there's been a lot of rolling about in the ground and play acting, and for the large part the referee was not really buying it, but he bought a couple of them there and they've resulted in yellow cards. I don't know what Dessers got booked for. It might have been for complaining about the yellow card to Diomande. It might have been for talking back to the referee, but I'd agree with Andy. I don't think it's been an entirely convincing performance from the referee. And do you know what? Fenerbahce have been there saying the same thing, because Mourinho's been getting off his head, and the Jefty one, the Jefty one in the edge of the box, so it works both ways.
Yeah, I think as well, Tom, I think the way the referee's handling the game is going to play in the mind of Barry Ferguson and his coaching staff, because 3 of Rangers back 5s are on yellow cards.
Aye.
I know we've seen the way the referees handled the game so far. You never know, is it one more foul for the likes of a Balogun or a Souttar or a Sterling before the second yellow comes out? We remember the Champions League qualifier with Jefty against Dinamo Kiev. Gets booked in that first half. Everyone felt as if at that point in time he probably had one more foul in him. Stays on the park and ends up getting that second yellow. So it'll be interesting to see what Barry Ferguson and his coaching staff feel.
Yeah, you wonder how much of the pressure on the officials is actually coming from down in the technical area, because they've been very, very lively. I mean, he seems to have a really large backroom team, does Jose Mourinho. They've been out. Barry Ferguson's been giving them a bit back down there, but he's been kicking every single ball the Rangers interim manager feel now that composure, discipline key for Rangers if they are to get the job done here tonight. All the second half coverage to come on Sports and right here on BBC Radio Scotland.
Last time in the UEFA Nations League.
Goal, Scotland! Absolutely fantastic performance there from Scotland in Poland.
And Scotland will now be taking part in the playoffs to try and stay in the top tier of the Nations League.
Now our national side face Greece over 2 legs.
Robertson attacks and scores!
With every kick of the ball on TV and radio.
Magnificent!
Kicking off with Greece versus Scotland next Thursday night.
After that game, the off-the-ball special.
The action lives here this March.
Watch on BBC One Scotland.
Listen on BBC Radio Scotland.
We've got the international action, of course, to look forward to before that. A really busy weekend of domestic action. Sports and on air 2 o'clock on Saturday. Some really important games there, including Andy's Motherwell side at home, and that's a big one in terms of places in the top 6, and some big games as ever in the Championship. All the coverage on Saturday from 2, and then of course it's Derby Day on Sunday on Sports Sounds, so tune in right across the weekend. All the coverage right here on BBC Radio Scotland. Europa League action to the fore this evening. It's 1-0 to the away side, so 3-2 to Rangers on aggregate here at Ibrox. Remember, a place in the quarter-finals of the Europa League. That is the prize on offer here tonight. We now know that the victors will face Athletic Bilbao in that semi-final. We're waiting for the players to come back out here now. What will the message be from Barry Ferguson to his team down in that dressing room, Andy Halliday?
I think similar to the first opening 20-25 minutes, where they were aggressive in their press, specifically in the middle of the pitch. Conor Barron, Nico Raskin nicking a couple of balls, counter-attacking, but I feel like over the last 10-15 minutes I don't think Czerny's had quite the impact he did in the opening 30. Obviously that coincides with Fenerbahce having more of the ball, more of control in the game. But I think, for me, I think if you play wing-backs, I think they have to be such an attacking output for you. I don't think we've seen too much of Jefty and Dujon Sterling on the other side, causing Fenerbahce too many problems going forward. But it certainly looks as if the deadlock's going to be broken for a Rangers point of view. It's going to come from Vaclav Czerny, so try to get him in these little pockets of space to turn and hurt the Fenerbahce players. But more from a defensive point of view, get back to what they're doing in the opening 20-25 minutes, being aggressive, snapping into tackles, being aware of the balls over the top that we've seen for the last 10 minutes. There was a couple of occasions, and then again, don't commit any fouls the way this referee's refereeing the game.
And don't concede. You're 45 minutes away if you don't concede. The only issue I've got is with the kind of head of steam that Fenerbahce got up in that last 10 minutes. If they start the second half that way, if Rangers drop and then start to get worried about that and just try and hang on, you know, inevitably you're going to see chance after chance for Fenerbahce. So they've still got to offer something going forward as an attacking force. And you know, just one goal changes again if Rangers score it, the entire complexion of the game again. So they've got to remember that. Don't concede, and if there's another goal to be had, make sure the next goal's a Rangers goal. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, it could be crazy this second half. You know, if it's in the balance right in the closing minutes, Fenerbahce pushing forward. We've already seen a lot of interaction, let's call it that, between the benches down below us here. It could get really feisty. Just the camera cut to the tunnel there. Jose Mourinho was pacing up and down inside the tunnel by himself, and I wonder if he's just waiting till a wee influence on the match officials. He is now coming out just there. The Rangers players coming back out. Tavernier leading the players out. Jack Butland, a very quiet first half for him, beaten by a moment of brilliance right in the stroke of half time. Let's hope Rangers can get the job done here tonight, but as we've been saying, it's absolutely in the balance. It's going to be tense, it's going to be tight. All the action to come right here on BBC Radio Scotland. Your commentary team tonight: Stephen Thompson, Andy Halliday and Liam McLeod.
Thanks, Kenny. The Rangers players, Kenny says, are just waltzing back onto the pitch. We await the arrival of their opponents. And currently 1-0 down, and I suppose this is it finished 1-0. This is the one scoreline tonight that would potentially allow the Rangers supporters to forgive a fourth home defeat in a row, because they would still go through. And that is the long and the short of it. They still have the advantage in the tie, but Fenerbahce, with that goal from Szymanski on the stroke of half-time, will probably have renewed belief. Just one down now to try and overhaul that 3-1 Rangers win in Turkey last week. They were actually fortunate to be in the knockouts. Fenerbahce just squeezed through on goal difference ahead of Braga and Elfsborg, finishing 24th in the league phase. Remember, Rangers were 8th. They don't lose Europa League games at Ibrox terribly often. They did lose to Lyon earlier this season, 4-1. But this is clearly a huge 45 minutes. Let's be honest about this. Rangers' season rests on these next 45 minutes. Potentially extra time as well, as Fenerbahce kick the second half off, going right to left towards the Broom Lawn. Rangers towards Copeland Road in the blue shirts, white shorts, black socks with the red tops. Fenerbahce in their change kit with the white shirts, navy shorts, and Amrabat's fouled in the opening seconds of the second half here, just inside his own half. How do you read this second half, Andy? It is huge for Rangers' campaign.
It's massive, Liam, but I tell you what, we spoke about the top of the show at Egg last week, looking uncertain in between the sticks for Fenerbahce. A corner for Rangers in the first couple of minutes of the game. He came flapped at it. He didn't deal with a pass back ever so well that was nearly creeping over the line, but I don't think Rangers have tested enough since then. I'm going to need to test them a lot more in the second half.
Here come Fenerbahce down the right. They might be able to get it through to Talisca here, sliding in Balogun to prevent it getting through to the Brazilian. But it is a throw into Fenerbahce level with the Rangers 6-yard line on the far side. Taken quickly to Talisca. And then Fred gets the ball in. It's moved towards the Rangers goal, but Butland holds on. Szymanski again threatening inside the area. Got the deftest little flick onto that. It's a good job he didn't get more meat on it, because it might have caused Butland more problems than it ultimately did.
Yeah, the ball in was fizzed in, and Szymanski gets a wee nick on it, and luckily for Rangers it didn't break to in his area, but I think he might have been offside anyway. But a lot of the plays come down in that channel between Balogun and Jefte. It's where Talisca's been making an awful lot of his movement into that channel, and more often than not they've found him. On that occasion it's a last-ditch tackle or interception from Balogun that cleared the danger, but a lot of the balls come down that way.
I'm quite surprised to see a foul go against Dessers there. It looked like Akticek was pushing and shoving him. It's gone Fenerbahce's way. It's now with Amrabat on the far side. Dessers trying to pinch it off, but Amrabat reacts well. Goes back the way to Akticek on this left-hand side via Skriniar, and now it's with Kostic on the touchline. And then back to Akticek, feeds it into the centre circle for Fred. First time ball to the right for Mulder. And over there it's with Osai Samuel. It's a long ball through, but it will be Jack Butland's all night long. He gathers it on the penalty spot. Now plays it short to Tavernier. Out to Sterling. Under pressure from Kostic. Back to Tavernier. dinks it forward towards Czerny. It's a touch onto it, but just in the nick of time, Untitled was able to get there. Now it's with Fred, fires it to Del Naziri, and Naziri gets it back to Talisca, left angle of the box here. Kostic, left foot, dink ball into the area. There's a header from a Fenerbahce player. It was in Naziri, he got his head onto it, down towards the byline. It goes in, Tavernier knocks it out for a throw-in, taken quickly by Kostic. Now Akticek finds Amrabat, who switches it out to the right-hand side for Mulder. Important times for Rangers these. And it comes low ball, comes off Raskin, and Butland holds on. 3 into the second half. Fenerbahce with a 1-0 lead on the night, but trailing 3-2 in the tie.
You can see their intent straight away. Fenerbahce, this second half, and over only 3 minutes in, but it's been all played in Rangers' half.
Jack Butland in goal for Rangers, Tavernier, Balogun, Suter, Sterling, Barron, Raskin, Jefte, Czerny, Diamonde and Dessers, who goes down and wins the free kick. Left of the centre circle, a few yards away from it. And the wry smile on the face of Milan Skriniar. After that, a push at Dessers, claims he dived.
It was a very slight push, but Rangers will be happy to accept the free kick.
Wouldn't mind taking this whistle off the ref for 5 minutes, let the game flow a wee bit, because everything is getting blown for a foul.
Yeah, he's absolutely loving his night in Glasgow, isn't he? Espineskas from Oslo in the middle. He was the 4th official at the Euros last summer. He went to the Olympics as a referee in Paris. Free kick for Rangers. Tavernier's over it. Left of the centre circle. Czerny's there too, and it is Czerny. Drifts it to the right-hand side of the box, where Naziri heads it away. Sterling gets onto it on the near side. Pokes it to Barron. Forward to Sterling, right-hand side here. Level with the 6-yard line. Fouled by Naziri. Free kick Rangers. This is about level with the 6-yard line of Fenerbahce, and the Rangers supporters are howling for a yellow card to be shown to Youssef Naziri. There isn't one coming. There's a Rangers free kick.
Well, it's inconsistent refereeing, isn't it? Because if he brings down Sterling there, which he clearly did, maybe he didn't, I'm not so sure. In the replay, there's not a lot of contact, so it was actually the linesman that flagged for it. I think the referee was going to let it go. The linesman gave the free kick, so maybe that's why the card didn't come out. The referee probably wasn't overly convinced, but nonetheless, it's a great opportunity for Rangers. Czerny with an in-swinger, probably in a bit of line with the penalty spot.
Yeah, it's not far off being a corner. The prize, a quarter-final against the team sitting 4th in Spain's La Liga, Athletic Bilbao, as Czerny takes the free kick, and it comes off the head of Balogun towards the Fenerbahce goal. There's a fresh here swipe at it by the defender, Talisca it was. Rangers can't profit from it though. Butland grabs on, the Rangers supporters want a penalty. Dessers is on the deck, inside the box, he's on the 6-yard line. Play rages on, and it's Kostic driving forward. Rangers need to keep the head here. Szymanski down this near side, Sterling, as he conceded the corner. No, it's just a throw-in. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 1. The Rangers supporters in the Copeland stand off to our right were determined that that was a penalty.
No, never. This is the thing with Dessers. Sometimes he looks for these things in the box and goes down awfully easy in the box whenever he gets the slightest wee touch on him. Definitely not a penalty kick.
You've got to laugh at Jose Mourinho complaining about the Rangers bench, appealing. He's done nothing but appeal for 45 minutes.
Yeah. Pot calling the kettle black, that, as Kostic picks up his cross cut out by Sterling and out for a Fenerbahce throw-in. Level with the Rangers 6-yard line. Those Fenerbahce supporters over there, bunched in over in the far corner, away up into the top tier of the Broom Loan as well. Renewed belief thanks to that Szymanski goal in the 45th minute. And again, Mourinho's at the 4th official. When you watch him in action, you actually wonder if his yellow cards are correct in Turkey. He always moans about them. In comes the cross for Fenerbahce, headed away, just as it looked as though Osayi Samuel was going to be able to get something going then with his head right-hand side of the box. Rangers get it away. Osayi Samuel's back onto it on the right. Amrabat, low ball in. Balogun clears. Butland may have got onto it, but if you're any kind of doubt whatsoever, you just got to deal with it. Balogun did. Fenerbahce have it over on the right. Fred on to it and getting it back, and then Little chip ball by Szymanski back into his own half for Skriniar. And now on this near side, it's with Kostic. Ball in field to Fred. First time, lifts it high towards Szymanski, left angle of the box. Tavernier gets there first and hooks away. Good spell for Fenerbahce. This Rangers can't get a hold of the ball. Barron's brought Fred to the ground, and that's going to be a free kick to Fener, left of the centre circle.
It's the second time this half that Fenerbahce's centre mids have just flipped one round the corner. Balogun getting caught wrong side the first time, and now Tavernier just have to deepen off that little bit, give themselves a yard, anticipate that ball over the top.
Skriniar on the centre spot, rolls it with the side foot right out to that far side. Mulder has it, right foot cross comes in, but that will be easy for Jack Butland, who holds on. 53 on the clock, Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 1.
Well, the momentum that they ended the half with, they've started the second half with Fenerbahce. Rangers really need to get up and out.
Still Butland has it. Mourinho down there, he's won this competition a couple of times before, including with Manchester United. He's won 2 Champions Leagues as well, knows what it's all about. But here come Rangers. Diamonde, left hand side of the box, it breaks to Dessers off the defender, left of the 6-yard area, looking to win at least a corner, which he does. Rangers corner.
Dessers did well there, his second favourite to get to that ball. His work rate put the Fenerbahce defence under pressure, and he managed to get possession back, then force the corner kick.
Change coming for Rangers. Not sure who it is as yet. To that in a moment. It's going to be a Rangers corner first and foremost.
I think it's Yilmaz. I don't know if Jeffrey's struggling, but seems as if it's Yilmaz.
Okay, I'll be coming after this. In swinging Tavernier corner towards the centre of the goal. Suter wins the initial header, but Mulder will see it behind for the goal kick. Went left hand side of the goal. Ridvan Yilmaz will be coming on. Dropped out of the starting 11 from the one that began in Istanbul last week, and he is on for Sterling. It is. Sterling was preferred to Yilmaz, perhaps has the height advantage over the Turk, who will come on against the side he knows well. He's a Besiktas man, Yilmaz, that's where he came from, and he'll come on for the closing 35 minutes of the 90. Of course, may well be extra time if Fenerbahce score again. Skriniar, shout for handball against Skriniar, who's upset with Dessers for some reason. Down the left goes Kostic, infield to Szymanski, loses out to Raskin, who finds Czerny on the near side. Czerny's little flicks and tricks are not coming off for him in this second half yet. It's with Amrabat, and now with Fred on the halfway line. Rolls it back with the left foot for Skriniar, and then shifted out to that right-hand side for Mulder. John Suter, just from that corner there, he's not a million miles away from being able to turn that into the bottom left corner.
Yeah, just doesn't quite get the contact on it. Seems as if it almost comes off his shoulder, but I'd like to see the Rangers players react to the second phase. It still drops inside the 6-yard box.
Kostic twisting and turning, left-hand side of the box is low ball in, those cut out by Tavernier, who launches it away. Off the head of Skriniar. Now it's with Mulder. It's hard work for Rangers at the moment. Mulder driving down that right hand side. Short ball there to Sai Samuel. Now with Fred. Fred then disguises the reverse out to the right for Mulder. Level with 18-yard line of Rangers. It's a low ball to Talisca. Drags it away from Barron. Shifts it to the left angle of the box for Kostic. He goes for goal. It's blocked by Yilmaz. He's wanting a penalty for handball. Butland clears. A touch from Yilmaz took the sting out of the shot from Kostic. Here come Fenerbahce again with Skriniar. They smell blood here, the Turks. It's with Amrabat. Turns it over to the right for Mulder. Infield to Talisca. He's going to have a go here, and it's over the bar. Goal kick. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 1 on 57.
I wonder if Varel have a wee look at this shot from Kostic. It did hit Yilmaz, obviously down below as we can see.
You're getting a look at the Talisca effort there
the
first.
wrong one.
Always rising.
We can see them here. It's here.
No, not for me.
Nope.
I don't think he makes his arms.
No, it's not. It's in this side.
Unnaturally bigger. It's by his side.
That was a better replay. Yeah. No, they'll have quickly dismissed that.
Goal kick for Jack Butland here. Rangers losing the game, but winning the tie. That's all that matters, is the latter. Butland will take this, along with the right foot. Across the halfway line it goes. Easy header to win there for Akticek. That's Jamanski, gives it away. Raskin finds Tavernier, helps it forward, looking for Dessers. Might have been offside. Dessers is on it. He's got Czerny up there. They're going to let the move come to its climax here. It's Czerny in the edge of the D. Little ball in field's going to break back to Connor Barron. Can quite get onto it. Fenerbahce clear up goes the flag, and that's for the initial run from Cyril Dessers, which was about 25 seconds ago.
Yeah, ridiculous. Skriniar had initially said he was off and put his arm up and was looking to the stand side linesman here, but as we see now, he just waits for the play to come to its conclusion, which, you're right, was a fair while.
Fenerbahce have only won one of their last 11 away games in the knockout rounds of major European competition. They've conceded 2 or more goals in 7 of those games, including 5 of the last 6.
Rangers have struggled to
travel well generally.
Yeah, but Rangers have really struggled to look threatening in the second half for me, Liam. Czerny looks a shadow of the player that we saw in the first 25 minutes. And he was their main creative force.
Throwing Fenerbahce right up the pitch here, down by the corner flag. Kostic over it. Approaching the hour mark. It is Fred now at the byline, looking to win the corner. Comes off Barron, bounces into the box though. Yilmaz heads it back towards Connor Barron, who's trying to hold off Fred here. He'd love a free kick here with Barron. It's come off Fred up the line, and that will go out for a Rangers throw-in on this near side, level with their own 18-yard line. Mourinho down there, hands in pockets, in the all-grey from top to bottom.
When does he look for Tadic and Dzeko? That's the question. What we at now, just about the hour mark. Won't be long.
Yeah, you do wonder. Both dropped out of the starting 11. Well, Rangers cannot keep the ball at all right now. It is with Skriniar, forward Amrabat, then back to Skriniar again. Squares it to Mulder. He's about right at the centre circle. Short back infield to Milan Skriniar. Now with Akticek on the near side to Kostic. Wide in the left on the halfway line. Long ball. Balogun trying to keep his eyes on it. Flicks it half away. The scraps picked up by Asayi Samuel. Now with Talisca. Gets the cross in, and Butland will hold on. And another Fenerbahce attack comes and goes without any damage. But Rangers still trailing 1-0 in the night. Beyond the hour now. 2/3 of the second leg have been played. Rangers are half an hour plus stoppages away from the quarter-finals. But that, in football terms, in a game like this, is a long way off. Dessers wins a free kick from a long Butland ball just inside the Fenerbahce half.
I think Rangers wing-backs, for me, need to offer so much more going forward in this game. Specifically the opening 15 minutes of the second half. It's just route one up to Dessers, asking them to win fouls, asking them to hold up a play. Every attack's been central. I think at the moment Rangers wing-backs are far too deep, not giving them any attacking outlet.
Tavernier's free kick is fortunate to get to Barron. Barron finds Czerny driving down the right-hand side. Here he goes. Czerny looks up, gets the cross in with the right foot. Dessers tries to volley and gets it horribly wrong. Comes off his back, and Fenerbahce clear. Tavernier picks up just outside the centre circle. It's a chip ball by he, but he's not going to find his intended target because Asayi Samuel's in the road. Rangers have a man down, no free kick. Fenerbahce throwing only over on the far side. But it's a foray into enemy territory, at least for Rangers, because this has felt like a long 15-16 minutes for them since half-time.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, the ball in from Czerny, he gets to the byline on his right foot for Dessers. He goes with the spectacular kind of bicycle kick. Actually, if he just stood and took it in the volley, it wasn't that hard an opportunity to make contact with. He made it harder than it needed to be.
Fenerbahce in possession with Akticek. Square ball to Mulder. Then back to Skriniar. Such an experienced campaigner. Skriniar on loan from Paris Saint-Germain, 77 times capped by Slovakia. Played at major tournaments as well. It's his ball out to the right, then eventually to Nesiri, but he can't control. Rangers have it with Raskin in the midfield. Nice little triangle of pass between Dessers and Diamonde, but the long ball to Czerny's cut out. Now it's with Fred. Fred out to this left-hand side for Kostic. Fred to Amrabat and back to Skriniar. Out to that right-hand side it goes. Amrabat has it, slips, but he gets it forward to Talisca. Back to Amrabat, now with Fred in the centre circle. This ball's poor, straight to Czerny. Czerny has it, look for an option in blue and white, gets one in Dessers, back to Czerny in the centre circle. Diamonde to his left, he's waited too long. Václav Czerny here though. Plays it out to the left for Jefte, who's on to it, drives forward, looks to switch to Yilmaz. Finds him. Yilmaz on the right. Infield to Tavernier. Tavernier then striding forward into a central position here. Szymanski staying with him. Tavernier finds Barron, now into the box for Czerny. Lovely first touch, but it doesn't quite fall for him. And it's slid behind by Fred for a Rangers corner. 63.5 played. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 1.
It's much better from Rangers in the build-up. Jefte a lot higher, Yilmaz a lot higher. James Tavernier stays on the ball, finds Conor Barron in a lovely pocket of space. He threads it into Czerny. Does well with a nutmeg, but you've got to say Mulder does really well for Fenerbahce.
Igaman will be on for Rangers shortly. It's a Tavernier out swinging corner from this near side on the main stand, right-footed, in it comes, beats everyone, drops to the edge of the box. It's fallen favourably here for the Saye. Samuel, who goes down, he's not getting the free kicks, come off him last, and out for a Rangers throw-in over on the far side. But Barry Ferguson is sending for Hamza Igaman, Stephen.
Yeah, I think just in the last 5 or so minutes he's been looking to make a change in forward areas. I have to say it's a difficult shift that Dessers has got up there on his own. It's not had an awful lot of service, decent service into him.
Yilmaz has lost it on the near side. It's played forward quickly towards Enesiri, but cut out by Suter, who clears. Amrabat's onto it though, driving right hand side of the box, looks up, chip ball, doesn't look great, but Talisca's going to try and keep it alive here. Left hand side of the box, out to Kostic, blocked by Yilmaz. Fenerbahce throw-in, level with the Rangers 6-yard line. Amrabat's been better tonight than he was last week, that's for sure.
Good. Really good.
Dominating in there. On the left-hand side, Kostic up against Yilmaz, level with the penalty spot, back to Fred, to Szymanski, looking to return it to Fred, who's down at the byline. His ball across is cut out though. Barron, Yilmaz, he gets it away. Dessers has lost it, and it's now in the box. Down he goes. No penalty, it was Skriniar who hit the deck, and Rangers clear. That's a nervy little moment. Dessers played it back inside his own penalty area, and there is a penalty check, but it's been swiftly waved away. They got away with that, big time. It was the challenge by Diamonde. He's actually got plenty of the ball, loads of the ball.
Gets a lot of the ball, it's never a penalty kick, but Dessers just a wee bit sloppy with his link-up play. They're not in an area that you want to be.
Amrabat firing it out into the feet of Kostic on the near side, takes a touch, sweeps the cross in with the left foot. There's a header at goal, it just goes wide. Talisca drops to his knees, holds his face in his hands. Mourinho stares out into the middle distance. The Fenerbahce fans thought that was in. It stays Rangers 0, Fener 1.
This man Kostic on the left-hand side, time and time again, his delivery in Istanbul, Rangers thwarted it fairly well for the most part, but tonight he's been a constant threat down that left-hand side. It's a wonderful delivery. Anderson Talisca gets highest, gets plenty of contact on it. Button will be thankful it sneaked by the post.
Mega close, wasn't it?
It was.
It's a good header by Talisca. Approaching the final quarter, with Rangers sloppy again, though Raskin wins it back quickly on the far side. He can't keep it in play though. Fenerbahce have a throw-in just inside their own half on the far side. Igaman still waits to come on. It's with Skriniar. This is just going to get all the more edgy for the Rangers supporters. A long ball for Szymanski, takes it first time and puts it wide. He was offside anyway.
Yeah, he was miles offside. He went too early.
He's got no problem hitting it first time though there. I mean,
no.
How many players would you see try to take a touch, take it down, try to get it under control? He's got no thought of that. And
it's actually closer than I thought.
Yeah, he's not as far off as you thought he was when you see the replay.
He is not. We're going to get a double sub now.
Yeah, Igaman and Bayrami. Dessers is coming off. Igaman will replace him. And Nedim Bayrami is going to replace Diamonde. Two of the stars from Istanbul last week have not been able to recreate the magic moments they came up with So Dessers, Diamonde off, Egeman and Bayrami on. And we're in now, Andy Halliday, the final quarter of this second leg. Rangers still leading the tie 3-2, but trailing 1-0 on the night. Fenerbahce are a constant menace.
Yeah, you've got to say, you know, the advantage whoever it may have had in the first half at Tooden Road, but you've got to say this second half has been all Fenerbahce. Rangers back five, have been at least 10 yards deeper throughout. They're not picking up as many second balls, not often as much as a threat, specifically in the wider areas.
Bayrami gets an immediate touch, forces out to Czerny's level with the Fenerbahce 18-yard line, low ball infield for Barron. Barron has it level with the penalty spot, finds Bayrami back towards Barron on the slide, gets into the box, Czerny's little back heel, couldn't find Egeman. Fenerbahce clear, but Tavernier's onto the loose ball, driving down the right-hand side, wonderful from the captain, gets to the byline, he's in the box, goes it back for Czerny, across the face of goal, no takers. Too much on it for Egeman to deal with, it was too hot to handle, and it stays Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 1 on the night.
Brilliant play from James Tavernier, anticipated the ball up the line, got there, drove at the Fenerbahce fullback, gets to the byline, and then he cuts it back to Czerny, who's a shot, it takes a nick. Don't know whether it was going to go on target or not. It takes a nick which kind of pulls it away from goal and from Egeman that was in the middle waiting on it.
Fenerbahce have it, Igrebayat, the goalkeeper, to the edge of his box, back to check, gets rid of it, but it's going straight to Bayrami. He's at the edge of the box, he's going to go for goal here, and he forces the save from the keeper. He didn't really catch it, it was a comfortable enough save. Igrebayat throwing himself to his left and holds on. 21 left. 3-2 Rangers on aggregate. It's Barron getting it, and now Egeman, lovely turn, Egeman at the edge of the box, goes for goal, and Igrebayat makes the save. What a chance though, what a chance for Hamza Egeman. It is a corner, but it could have been so much more for Rangers there.
It's the best chance of the game for Rangers for me, no doubt. Nico Raskin does excellent again, anticipating. Hamza Egeman, it's outstanding to take it on the half turn. Bajrami was motoring down the left hand side if you just seen him on that overlap, but you can't take anything away from him, taking a shot for there, 20 yards out, he guides into the bottom corner, but Igrebayat tips it around the post.
Corner will be taken by Tavernier on this near side, the main stand side. Rangers attacking the goal to the right. Outswinger from Tavernier, into the box it comes, it's flicked away by Fenerbahce. Yilmaz heads it back to Jefte. It's an up and under out to the left-hand side, which Bayrami nods forward to John Suter. Level with the 6-yard line, it's the cross in, it's away by Skriniar, Suter's back onto it, gives it straight to Mulder though, and now it's with Amrabat over on the far side. Amrabat with the right foot ball up the line. Fenerbahce scored again without response, it's extra time. Rangers as it stands going through to the quarter-finals. Bayrami out to the left for Raskin, level with the penalty spot, gets the ball in, it's flicked away. Egeman will get onto it, right-hand side of the box. Lovely little touch for Czerny. Czerny looking to open the door here. Back to the edge of the box, Barron takes it, gets his shot away, blocked, back to Tavernier, whose volleys over the bar. Well, he wouldn't put it past him when it comes to the European stage, James Tavernier.
I think the flag's gone up from the linesman. I don't know, it must have been from an earlier
offside,
phase of play, yeah. But it's been a better last 2, 3, 4 minutes from Rangers, at least looking far more threatening than they did in the opening 20 minutes of this half.
Yeah, and they've stymied the flow as well, because Fenerbahce were all over them like a rash as they go in search of the one goal that would take it to extra time, or perhaps even the 2 goals that would see them come from behind and go through. Fred in the midfield has managed to battle for it and finds Kostic. Raskin heads away. Now it's with Kostic on the near side. Infield to Fred. Forward it comes to Szymanski. He's found Kostic. Down the left he goes. The early ball towards Enesiri. He's cut out. Fenerbahce throw in, level with the Rangers penalty spot. That late first half goal from Szymanski's making all the difference right now, because if the gap's still 2 right now, Rangers are so much more comfortable. Here is Fred at the edge of the Rangers box, rolls it back the way. Mulder finds Amrabat, back to Mulder, back to Amrabat, looking for a way through here. It's a low ball, it's cut out by Jefte on the 18-yard line and cleared. Skriniar controls in the chest, out to the right-hand side he goes. Dusan Tadic waiting to come on, and Balogun's Going to have to do some last-ditch defending here. It's got ends, an equaliser. Szymanski pulled it across, and it's ended up in the back of the net despite Butland's best efforts. And Fenerbahce score their second of the night to square up the tie. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2, and it's 3-3, and back to where we started last week.
I think it's an avoidable goal from Rangers' point of view. Down the right-hand side, they probably should deal with it better, but when they do get to the byline, they have got 4, 5, 6 players to be able to pick out. As Shefty, he's got to win that challenge. When he cuts it back, he could be any one of 3 or 4 players that put it home. In the end, it's bundled home, and it's very much game on now.
It's actually, when you see the replay, it's an excellent finish from Sebastian Szymanski.
It comes off the back of Tavernier, yeah.
It could have been blocked on the line right enough, but Szymanski's got himself into that position, flicked it with the outside of the left boot. He gets his luck. He gets his second goal of the night. Fenerbahce have their second goal of the night. And this tie, Andy Halliday, is level.
And you've got to say, if you fancy anyone to get the next goal, it's Fenerbahce, but I've got to say, Jefty in the build-up, he's focused on Asai Samuel. He tries to punch out and doesn't realise the danger on the overlap on the other side. His pace gets him back in, but he slides in, doesn't get enough contact on the ball. You've got to come out with the ball, and if you don't come out with the ball, you have to bring the man down. And it means that Fenerbahce get a waltz into the box, cut it back. James Tavernier tries to get back on the line, and it clips into his legs and hits the back of the net.
Well, he's only scored 2 goals in the Europa League this season, Szymanski. They've both come tonight, and they are so damaging to Rangers, who really's season rests on this match. Not much else to play for. If this gets away from them completely, their lead has been wiped out. As it stands, it's extra time. So it's going to be a really interesting closing 15 of the 90 here. It is Fred. Dzeko has just come on. Talisca's gone off. And Dusan Tadic is on as well as Egeman comes forward for Rangers. Good skill initially, but he's lost out to Mulder. And now Tadic collects over on that far side. And those 2 offside goals last week coming home to roost now for Rangers, because it could have been 5-1 coming into this. That goal on half-time has been such a killer blow for them, even though it's the second one that's levelled the tie.
Again, Liam, for that, Hamza Egeman, he's diving at the back 3, but everything's funneling towards the centre of the pitch because Jefty and Yilmaz are so deep, they don't have any outlet out wide. And Egeman ends up getting snuffed out.
Fenerbahce have at the edge of their own box here. I had to check for Skriniar. How do you see these final 15 minutes now, Tomo?
Nervy. Nervy's the word. I mean, Fenerbahce have been by far the better team in this second half. They've just brought on 2 of their biggest stars, 2 of their best players. They know what they've got to do. I think Rangers' best hope is with Fenerbahce kind of overcompensating, trying to get a counter-attack. They had a couple of moments, say 10 minutes ago, Rangers, when they looked like they might have come back into the game when Egeman first came on, but Fenerbahce have got their tails up now.
Yeah, I'm not sure Tadic came on there. I know Talisca came off and was replaced by Dzeko. And now Fenerbahce are coming forward again. Here's En-Nesyri, right-hand side of the box. Dzeko waiting in the middle. In comes the cross ball. Dzeko attacks it, brilliantly defended by Tavernier. Had to get there and does. Jefty out to Bayrami on the far side, and out he goes for a throw-in. Yeah, Tadic has come on.
Thank you, Liam.
And he came on for Asai Samuel. So those were the changes for Fenerbahce. But Sebastian Szymanski's the difference, Andy. He had a poor game in the first leg, but he's turned it on tonight. And Rangers' Europa League hopes are in serious peril here as a result.
He has indeed. Him and Kostic on this left-hand side have been really good. His first finish was excellent, his second finish was tidy as well, and here we go again.
Yeah, and it's just at the edge of the box here. There's a shot just wide. What a good effort it was too. It's an outstanding hit from Tadic. He collected it, drove in field, just level the edge of the D, right-hand side. He's trying to arch that beyond Butland into the far corner. He's just off target, and it stays 2-0 Fenerbahce.
It is inches past Jack Butland's right-hand post. yeah, Rangers on the ropes a wee bit now. I have to say, I think the middle two, Fred and Amrabat, have been excellent as well this evening.
Tadic has been on the pitch 3 minutes and he's already found that pocket of space twice, and if you give him a third time, it could be dangerous for Rangers. We know what his left foot's like.
Bayrami on the far side, back to Jefty on the halfway line. Yes, for Rangers, they just simply need to dust themselves down. It's back to where this tie began, all square. Only now, there's only 12 minutes of 90 left. Yilmaz with a poor ball up the line for Czerny. And it's going to be easy here for Akticek, who knocks it back to his goalkeeper. Gabayat has not been tested tonight, not really.
And he's talking about the wing backs. I mean, they are stuck in a back five and they can't get up, and all it's doing is inviting more and more pressure upon them.
Fenerbahce have it over on that right-hand side. Infield to Amrabat, right of the centre circle, finds Fred. Short ball for Akticek. Now with Kostic. Decides to roll it back the way to... I'm not sure that's what he intended. His keeper's onto it with his little panicky-looking ball forward there by Gabayat. Finds touch, and Rangers have a throw-in down on this near side. Level with the edge of the centre circle. Yilmaz to Tavernier, then back to Suter. Suter finds Yilmaz on the near side. Back with Tavernier. Long ball forward, looking for Czerny. Cut out by Akticek. Now it's with Amrabat. Forward to El Nasiri. Rangers fans getting a little bit frustrated here. 11 minutes of the 90 to play. Their team trailed 2-0 in the night. It's 3-3 in aggregate. They're still very much in this tie, Andy. But this could slip away from them at any point from now.
100%. And you know what? I'd almost be tempted to change to a back four. I just think they're getting nothing out the wing backs in an attacking sense. They've got no width in the pitch. And I even think going to a back four, allowing a winger to deal with Kostic as well.
Here's Fred, looking for the nutmeg on Tavernier. He stands his ground. Tavernier's really stepped up tonight. He's done really well. Might well have perhaps stuck a little bit closer to Szymanski for the first goal, but generally speaking, he's played very well as Yilmaz gets it into stride on the near side, into the Fenerbahce half. Couldn't quite get Barron involved as he would have liked, though, and it bobbles off the Rangers number 8. Now it's with Fred, who finds Amrabat. Now Dzeko in space, just to the left of the centre circle, switches it out to that far side. Chance here for Szymanski. And back to the halfway line from Tadic. Mulder for Tadic. In the final 10 of the 90 here. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2. Amrabat's ball, side foot there to El Nasiri. Now it comes back the way to Akticek. This pass is dreadful, straight to Bayrami. He's looking to try and get Egeman away here. He's found him. That's the first bit done. Egeman shuffles away from Amrabat. Now there's 3 Fenerbahce players around him, and he has to go back the way to Barron. Barron now with Yilmaz. And then into his own half for Tavernier. Here goes Raskin, head down, driving forward, out to this near side. He's found Yilmaz. Yilmaz with a pass back to Tavernier. Side foot ball to Suter. In the centre circle, to the left for Balogun. Forward there, it's telegraphed. He was looking for Bayrami. Fenerbahce onto it now, Tadic, and he slipped it out wide right here. They've got El Nasiri and Dzeko waiting in the middle. Tadic has it again, right-hand side of the Rangers box. Now Szymanski's on a hat-trick, shoots over the bar. It stays 2-0 to the Turks. That was such a loose one. It was telegraphed all day long, that ball up for Bayrami.
It was, but it was well anticipated, and when they eventually work it to Szymanski at the edge of the box, you can understand why he takes it on, but he possibly had better options. Rangers looking at making another change here.
Yanis Hagi, who was born in Istanbul, whose father is a legend at Galatasaray. The hate figure of all Fenerbahce supporters is Galatasaray. Hagi will be on shortly. Long ball from Butlin, flicked on by Egeman. There's nothing behind him though. It's with Skriniar. Rolls it out to the far side. Szymanski's ball forward straight to Raskin, but he gives it away as well. Rangers' heads are swimming, and they need to be careful because their season rests on this match. Jefty out to Raskin, and he's given it away again. Straight to Amrabat. Now it's with Fred. They're asking for trouble, Rangers here. Fred out to this near side for Kostic. Gets away from Yilmaz, gets a cross in with the left foot and headed away by Suter. Amrabat picks up the scraps, and now it's with Fred. Amrabat to Kostic. It's the cross in, flicked away by Raskin, and now Barron looking for Czerny. Now Barron gives it away. Amrabat, Dzeko, the edge of the box with his back to goal, passes it back to Fred. Now it's with Mulder who shoots, blocked by Suter, poked away by Balogun, who gives it away.
They just can't get out.
It is with Fred. Shifts it to his left for Tadic, looks up to disguise ball back to Fred, just the edge of the box, back to Dusan Tadic, who shoots over. Looks to the heavens in frustration. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2. For all their good work in Istanbul last week, Rangers are the masters of their own downfall potentially here. They trail 2-0 in the night, 3-3 in aggregate, 7 of 90 to play. Hadji to come on, Andy Halliday.
Anytime Rangers win the ball back, they can't even complete one pass. It's just wave after wave of attack for Fenerbahce. And if it keeps going like it is, I don't even see this going extra time over the next 6 minutes or so.
Goal kick for Jack Butland to take. Right-footed. Sebastian Szymanski's double, wiping out the Rangers lead, but there's Bayrami flicking forward. Czerny has it, right-hand side of the box. Czerny looking to get that cross, plays it off the defender, no handball, says the referee. Dzeko hooks away. Raskin and Amrabat battling for it in the midfield. It's now with Igaman, he can't make it stick though. Mulder's onto it, out to Szymanski on the right. Now he's driving forward, up towards the halfway line. He gives it away this time. Raskin finally finds a teammate, and it's Igaman. He wants too long on it though. Good challenge, but Bayrami's onto it, the edge of the box. He decides to shoot over the bar, and that would be a goal kick to Fenerbahce when he had Václav Czerny to his right. He saw the headlines to Nedim Bayrami. A potential goal to send Rangers through to the quarter-finals. He's put it well high and wide, and it stays 2-0 Fenerbahce as Jefty's replaced by Hadji. That was promising for Rangers though, Andy.
It was, but again, choosing the wrong option for me. Václav Czerny's free on the right-hand side. Bayrami sees his name in lights, shoots for 30 yards at all. I think actually now, Liam, it does look as if they're changing to a back four.
Tavernier to the right, Yilmaz is going over to the left-hand side.
With Hadji down the left of the midfield. It's with Skriniar at the edge of his box. Now with Mulder to his right. Low ball forward, up towards the halfway line. Tadic losing out. It's with Hadji. Hadji driving forwards. He's going to get the break of the ball. He has done down the left. Skriniar trying to make up the space though, and he's done well. Skriniar, he read the danger. He comes across, wins it back, and finds Fred with the pass.
He's been outstanding tonight, Skriniar.
Yeah, he has.
The ex-Inter Milan man.
And it is out to Kostic on this near side. There's multiple millions of pounds this Fenerbahce squad is made up of. I know there's a good few loan players in there as well. Skriniar's one of them. PSG player. Tavernier picks up from Raskan and then turns it back to Balogun. But in the final 5 minutes of the 90, at this point, do you settle for extra time?
I'd say so. I'd say so. The pressure that Rangers have been under.
Czerny picks up on the right. Now Bayrami, the shout of man on from the home supporters. It's with Bayrami still, central area, midway inside Fenerbahce territory. Hadji on the turn, out to the left-hand side for Yilmaz, infield to Hadji, back it comes to Raskin. Now with Czerny, who finds Suter. Plenty passing for Rangers here, but they're not really going anywhere with it, although Tavernier flicks it with the outside of the boot, infield for Barron. Out to Czerny, wide on the right, down the line for Czerny. Infield to Bayrami, looks up at the edge of the box, turns it to Barron, right-hand side.
Chance.
Ball across, and it's missed there by Hadji, who slid in on the 6-yard line, makes zero contact with it, and then goes behind harmlessly for the goal kick, and stays Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2. If Hadji makes any kind of contact with that, he's probably steering it home.
It's the first real passage of play Rangers have had in this second half. And again, it's early, but you can see switching to the back four. Committed more bodies into the box. There's 2-3 players picking up pockets of space. They've got width and Czerny and Hadji on the other side. Barron plays a lovely ball across the 6-yard box. All it needs is a fraction of a touch for Hadji.
Bayrami did well there, because I felt as though he was going to shoot again. He was probably put off from his last effort and played a lovely wee pass into Barron's feet. He couldn't have done any more. He put it in an absolutely brilliant area, and it was inches away from Hadji making contact. If he had done, this place would have erupted.
Well, Andy mentioned that semi-final in this tournament against Leipzig a few years ago. Will there be that kind of drama tonight? It was John Lundstrom who caused the star at the end of that one. Muldur's coming off for Fenerbahce. Djiku, who scored the goal. It's turned out to be an extremely crucial goal last week. Fabulous finish it was, which brought the game in Istanbul back to 1-1. And he is going to replace Muldur. But right now, the most likely outcome is extra time.
There's a certain game on Sunday, and I don't know if Rangers were anticipating an extra 30 minutes of the game tonight. But listen, first and foremost, they have to try and get through this tie. I dread that I'm not from Glasgow, Andy, but far be it for me to say this, but this has got to be so much more important for Rangers than that game on Sunday, isn't it? Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. Quite rightly says, if Rangers are to win a trophy this season, the fact of the matter is the only realistic opportunity they have is this competition, Europa League. And their chances were a lot more realistic before this game kicked off, because Fenerbahce have pegged it back.
It's a poor clearance over on the far side. Hadji's on to it, left of the centre circle for Igeman. Igeman driving forward. Fenerbahce getting numbers, but still it's Igeman so strong. Breaks to Hadji, the edge of the box. Barron trying to keep it alive. He's done well to do so. Czerny, right hand side of the box, looks up. He's going to have a go here. It's over the bar. Well over in the end. And as we tick into minute 90 at Ibrox, it stays Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2, and 3-3 on aggregate.
Igeman did actually really well to be able to kind of bustle his way through. Again, it was centrally, had so many bodies around him, but his strength managed to get him to the edge of the box. A couple of breaks of the ball. It lands at the feet of Czerny. He cuts inside onto his favoured left foot, where we've seen him hit the target so many times. He's just leaning back as he goes for that far top right corner. Up it goes into the Copeland Road stand.
Fenerbahce have it then. It's been a good little period for Rangers, but this is right on the knife edge now, this tie, isn't it? A goal now wins it for either team. 3-3 in aggregate. The stoppage time, we're about to find out in the next 20 seconds, because that's all that's left of the regulation time. Barron fires it forward to Czerny. Just loses out, and it's Skriniar and Djiku. In combination of them get it back to Grebayat, the keeper. Grebayat has it right of the 6-yard line. There is going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time.
It's going to be a long 5 minutes, says.
It's with Amrabat picking up the anchor role there in the midfield, midway inside his own half. Out to Kostic on this near side. Long ball from Kostic. It's not great though, and an easy header away by Yilmaz. Hadji takes it down. Good turn.
Really
Fred.
Hadji.
Fred with a little bit of a block there, but the referee allowing Rangers an advantage, but Bayrami's not been able to take it. Amrabat wins it back off him with help from Dzeko. Djiku on the far side to Szymanski. Forward to Tadic. He wins the throw-in of Balogun. Is it going to be late heartache for Rangers here? Their whole season has come down to this. Djiku on the far side for Fener. Down the line, had they gone over the line? Hadji thought it had done. The referee and his assistant disagree. Here's Fred now in a bit of space. Gets it through here for Nesiri. Left-hand side of the box. He couldn't quite keep it in. Will be a goal kick to Rangers. That's surely gone out. It's come back into the area. Szymanski fires into the side net. Well, that ball was out. That went over the byline. I'm sure of it.
Well, I'm
sure VAR would have corrected it, but it's not necessary. It's hit the side net.
I mean, we'll get a better look at it. This is the one. Let's just see as it rolls along.
It's over. It's clearly over.
Well, we thought that of the Maeda one at Easter Road, and we were proved wrong. That one's miles out. How's the lino not seen that? I suppose he's got to look through the two posts in the net and to the other side, but come on.
At least the Alistair Johnston one in Easter Road was inconclusive, but that one...
Aye, I agree.
Oh, Balogun's in trouble here. Dzeko's in behind them. Fenerbahce have options left. It's Kostic. Chance here for Fenerbahce. The ball across, cut out by Raskin, and Barron boots away. What towards the edge of the centre circle. A couple of times that's happened tonight for Balogun. Here come Rangers up the other end. Egaman to Czerny, he's driving forward, up to the edge of the box. Still he might get onto it. Amrabat with a challenge. The ref's happy with it, and Fenerbahce can clear through GQ on the far side.
Just ran out of steam a wee bit, which is understandable given we're in the 91st minute.
Yellow for Hadji for a foul on the far side.
I just wonder if Czerny could have pulled the trigger just that one touch earlier. I know it was difficult for him. He had 3 Fenerbahce players tracking back. Listen, we question Fenerbahce's heart and desire, their work rate, and get back into shape. But I mean, look at that. The 91st minute, 4 Fenerbahce players swarming back at pace, snuffing out Czerny in what looked like a huge, promising opportunity for Rangers.
That was a great chance, and then a clothesline there from Hadji on Szymanski, and a free kick for Fenerbahce, which their keeper takes. Right-footed long ball forward down the right-hand side of the box. It's going to be pulled back by Szymanski for Dzeko, blocked by Suter and away by Tavernier, but it's not away yet, and it's over the bar from Tadic. Oh, Rangers fortunate on that occasion. They are 2-0 down, 3-3 in aggregate, but into the 4th of 5 minutes of stop time, and Dusan Tadic at the edge of the box for the second time misses the target.
Both teams want to win this game before the extra time. I tell you, the last 5 minutes has been so open end to end, and Tadic, you'd expect him to hit the target at least there.
Long from Jack Butland. Egaman chests it back into midfield, but only for the benefit of Tadic, who finds Fred, who fires it forward for En-Nesyri. Suter's going to get there first and rolls it back to his keeper. Away by Butland up towards halfway. One back though by Dzeko, and now Dzeko at the edge of the box finds En-Nesyri, and he puts it over. What a chance!
It's superb for
Tavernier. Well, that is the very definition of last-ditch defending.
It's absolutely brilliant. Andy's called it. James Tavernier, over the years, he's been criticised for his defending. This is absolutely sensational. I felt as though Dzeko was going to hit it. He reverses it into En-Nesyri, who takes a touch. He's just about to unleash, and Tavernier from nowhere is covered in and puts him under massive enough pressure to put him off.
He's knocked it back off him as well, and it goes behind for the goal kick.
But I tell you what, it's a minute to extra. I can't believe how open Rangers are. It's a straight ball for the goalkeeper. One defender heads it forward, and Dzeko picks it up. En-Nesyri or Dzeko, I can't quite remember who it was, picks it up, and it's a reverse pass and he's in on goal. That's
the referee blowing his whistle, but it's not quite extra time yet, not full time yet. Jack Butland's going to have another go at this goal kick. But the 5 minutes are up at the end, and Barry Ferguson down there in dialogue with Billy Dodds and Neil McCann. And there's going to be an extra 30 minutes here. Butland launches it forward with the right foot. Playing on at the moment. Header won by Dzeko. Into the Rangers half, it's with Balogun. Balogun's long ball by Rami will chase. GQ will head clear. Szymanski on the far side keeps it in play. Little ball infield for Amrabat. It's careless from him. It's unusual because he's had a good game. The Moroccan for Fenerbahce. It's Suter, square to Balogun. Balogun rolls it out to the left for Yilmaz. Chip ball forward. Skriniar's underneath it, and it's easy for him. First time ball cleared by the Slovak. En-Nesyri's flick goes straight to Suter. He's got it out to Czerny. Is there a chance before full time for Rangers? Czerny has it. Skipping in field, central position now, Václav Czerny. Rolls it to Baron, at the edge of the box he shoots. It's right down the throat of the goalkeeper from Yilmaz, who holds on. And Egrebayat bowls it out to En-Nesyri. We're playing on here. 6 minutes have been played at the end, only 5 are added. But that is the full-time whistle now, and this tie has gone to extra time. Rangers led 3-1 coming into this second leg after that superb performance in Istanbul last week, but Sebastian Szymanski scored in each half in this one, and Rangers lose after 90 minutes, and the tie goes to extra time. And in truth, Barry Ferguson would have liked Egrebayat in the Fenerbahce goal to have been worked a little harder than he has been tonight. Butland's actually not had too many saves to make himself, but Fenerbahce bossed that second half, and Rangers at times were a little bit fortunate to get away with sloppy errors at the back, as Tadic and Dzeko and En-Nesyri and the rest of them all seem to have pot shots at Butland's goal. It finished after 90 minutes of the second leg. Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2, 3-3 on aggregate, and extra time it is at Ibrox.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more we can take. It's so tense inside this stadium here. Everyone is on edge, so both sets of players down below us here. We can see Jose Mourinho in among his players. He's got the notepad there. He's speaking to his backroom staff as well. Barry Ferguson, he's over there. The fist is getting pumped there. He's given a really passionate talk to his players. Stephen Thompson, that was an incredible second half. At the end there, it was almost like a basketball game, wasn't it? It was end to end.
It was, and Rangers lost their shape and discipline a wee bit, but it made for entertaining viewing. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I think when Rangers changed to the back four, it gave them fresh impetus in terms of attacking. They hadn't been an attacking threat at all in that second half, basically having to just absorb pressure, and they were under massive pressure from Fenerbahce. But when they changed to the four, it just became so open and end to end. I think probably Fenerbahce had the better of the opportunities, but I'm not sure they can be as open going into this period of extra time. It's just how much they've got in the legs left. Already a lot of substitutions have been made, so it's going to be a battle, that's for sure. But I mean, if we get another half an hour like that last 10 minutes, then we're going to be entertained.
It's been tremendous, Andy, isn't it? And you said it right at the end there. You couldn't believe how open Rangers were there right at the death. Some incredible chances actually for Fenerbahce to win it.
Yeah, listen, we debated at half-time who had the better of the first half. We felt as if Rangers just edged it given the first 30 minutes, but there's no doubt who dominated the second half. It was been all Fenerbahce for the most part. I think since Rangers changed to the four, I think they've offered slightly more going forward. But as we said, the last 5 minutes was so end-to-end, so frantic. And all it was a direct ball for Butland. Rangers had committed so many bodies forward. They looked as if they were desperate to win the game in 90 minutes. Skriniar, as he's done all game long, won first contact. They picked up the second ball in the middle of the pitch. And again, we touched on it, but incredible last-ditch defending to Tavernier. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be getting extra time. But one thing for sure, Rangers need to improve on that second half performance if they're going to stay in this Europa League.
Yeah, they were totally dominated there. So the talks are done. Neil McCann and Billy Dodds having some last-minute words there with Yanis Hadji. Jose Mourinho's been out there. He gave his lecture to the players now. So we're about to get back underway here. Another half hour of action, and who knows, potentially penalty kicks. The prize, a place in the quarter-finals of the Europa League. We know that the victors will face Athletic Bilbao, who overcame Roma earlier this evening. So strap yourselves in. It's going to be tense, it's going to be nervy, it's going to be frantic. There is so much at stake. Back to your commentary team of Stephen Thompson, Andy Halliday and Liam McLeod.
Well, Rangers had only lost 3 of their previous 15 Europa League games. They're against Benfica, Lyon and Manchester United. Only failed to score in 4 of their last 30 matches in this competition. Braga, Leipzig, Sparta Prague and Benfica. Of course, it was the Portuguese side who knocked them out at this stage a year ago. That came again after a really positive away result, 2-2 in Lisbon. We're beaten 1-0 here, and plenty of regrets after that as well. And the Rangers players will be aiming to ensure they have no regrets come the close of business tonight, whenever that will be. It'll either be half an hour from now, or maybe in about 45 minutes, if there's penalties. Rangers will kick off the first period of extra time, right to left in the blue and white. Fenerbahce in the white shirts, navy shorts, change kit. Rangers shooting towards the Broomloan Road end in the first period of extra time, which is underway at Ibrox, and then shifted out to Yilmaz on this near side. Drifted ball, chipped forward, looking for Igaman, is headed away by Skriniar. No further changes at half-time, or at full-time, extra time. Afforded another one each. And then it's picked up by Kostic, and then forward to Dzeko, the Bosnian legend. Rolls it back to the edge of his box, and it's Skriniar out to Djiku on this near side. At walking pace, up the line for Szymanski. Infield, Tadic finds Amrabat. Right of the centre circle, it's a long ping ball. Tavernier's underneath it, wins it with the header. He's on the slide now, though, as he battles with Kostic, and he wins the throw-in as well. He's been outstanding tonight, James Tavernier.
He has, he's been brilliant. I think obviously playing in a position that initially that isn't overly familiar to him in the right-hand side of centre half, but defensively very, very good.
Here goes Dzeko down the left of the Rangers box, looking to get the early cross in. It's cut out, and then Kostic back to Dzeko. He just looked fresher, Fenerbahce. Low ball across, comes bouncing back off Tadic and behind for a Rangers goal kick. You kind of feel at the moment, and who knows, they could easily have a moment themselves and score, Rangers, but you kind of feel right now penalties might actually be their best opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. All the reaction from this crowd, you can see they're starting to get behind the team. They know they're in a dark place at the moment. Fenerbahce have got the ascendancy.
Yilmaz, chip ball looking for Igaman. Skriniar gets something onto it. It's back towards his own goal though. Amrabat, whoa, he took a chance there and he's dealt with it outstandingly well.
The guy has been frightening tonight. So good. His energy has been unbelievable.
Just describe that. So he's facing his own goal there.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether he had the awareness to know that he was under pressure or whether he just got out of it very, very coolly, but for me he's been top draw.
He's just sparked up a cigar there after that. It's incredible to see. Wonderful skill, facing his own goal. Igaman all over him. A little turn and then a little deft away from the other Rangers player. Outstanding skill.
I think him and Skriniar have been sharing that cigar because the two of them have been ever so comfortable in this game. But I mean, it's just remarkable composure for Amrabat at this stage of the game. Such a big game.
It's Fenerbahce on the ball on this near side, but Yilmaz has it back for Rangers. Long look for Igaman. He gets the head onto it and finds Czerny, but Czerny's ball forward so poor. It's so tired looking as well from the Czech. He was brilliant in the first half of the game. He was obviously brilliant last week too, but his game has completely fallen apart since half-time. It's Fenerbahce in possession. We played 3 minutes of the first period of extra time. Negrebayat plays it to his right for Djiku. Infield for Skriniar.
Connor Barron's got a wee issue.
Yeah, he's trying to stretch something out there as Fenerbahce don't care. It's a big switch out to Kostic, gets the early ball in. Dzeko with a header. It's going to go behind for a goal kick though. Off Dzeko. And Barron
he's going to need
goes
to come
ground.
off.
Yeah. Well, Tom Lawrence I think is going to replace him.
Yeah, that very obvious option from the bench. He's put in an absolute power and he's not played that much football recently. Hopefully it's just a bit of fatigue and nothing too sinister, having just come back to fitness.
You're right, it does look as if it's Tom Lawrence, and it'll be interesting to see if he's deployed in the same position as Connor Barron. That kind of deep line playmaker, that number 6 position. Not something that's overly natural to Tom Lawrence, someone that likes to play higher up the pitch in that 10 role, so he'll be asked to do a more defensive job.
Well, the Welshman's getting himself organised. Barron is being worked on by the medics. Fenerbahce 2-0 up. But the scoreline that's important right now is the aggregate one, which is 3 apiece. The guys getting a chance to see replays of Szymanski's 2 goals. He's made all the difference. As I mentioned in the first half. He also scored in Poland's win at Hampden at the start of the Nations League. Scotland back in action, Nations League relegation playoff against Greece, and it's because of Szymanski really, and that Polish team, that they're in that position until they came to Hampden and won 3-2 last September, as Lawrence replaces Barron. And it does look as though he's going to pop back in beside Raskin. Fenerbahce supporters have got the lights in their phones all on simultaneously in the away end off to our left. Long ball forward by Butland, bounces in the midfield, straight to Czerny here. A little bit of skill there by Czerny to pass in some space, finds Tavernier on the right hand side. Forward to Bayrami, tries to flick on, but it's gone straight to Skriniar. He goes back to his keeper. Bayat finds Djiku. Mourinho down there, hands in pockets again. He'll be the happier manager right now. He'll feel that a winner's coming for his team.
Well, he wasn't panicking after the away leg, he still felt his team had enough to go and win the tie. So far tonight, it's been proven right, but Rangers are very much still in this.
Dzeko's been fouled over on the far side by Suter. He's on a booking. And a free kick for Fenerbahce. Level with the edge of the centre circle in the Rangers half over on the left. And a nerve-shredded Ibrox. It is Amrabat in the centre circle. Moves it to Djiku. Back to Amrabat. Little flick ball with the instep there. Finds Fred with the right foot. Now it's Fred midway inside Rangers territory, out to the right for Djiku, forward to Tadic, then Amrabat and Djiku into the centre circle for Skriniar, then Akticek out to that left hand side. Fenerbahce trying to find a way through here. They're comfortable in possession. They were unbeaten in 18 before last week's first leg, but Szymanski's lost out, and now it's Raskin trying to profit. Finds Egeman, he's going to go for the spectacular. It's blocked by Skriniar, and Egrebayat flops onto it, left-hand side of his goal, and it stays Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2. Wonder if Egeman could have taken that a bit further on. Here come Fenerbahce up the other end with Dzeko. Dzeko rolls it to the edge of the box, straight to Yilmaz, but his ball out of defence goes straight to Fred. Out to the left-hand side, the cross from Kostic is cut out and out for a throw into the visitors. Taken quickly towards Tadic. Lawrence gets in the way though. Lawrence down by his own byline, blasts it clear and out for a throw into Fenerbahce over on the far side. We've played 7.5 minutes of the extra time in this first period. It remains 2-0 Fenerbahce on the night.
It's not quite as open as the... Hold on.
Oh, Suter missed that, but fortunately for him, Yilmaz was there to head it away as the cross came in from the left. Raskin trying to get onto it, Egeman trying to get onto it. Egeman in the centre circle. It's a good block by Djiku. He's hurt himself in the act of challenging there. I'm not sure Raskin did too much, but the referee's going to give Fenerbahce a free kick inside the centre circle, just inside their own half here. Djiku's okay. Looked like he was going to need attention immediately after going down. And he's found Tadic to Djiku, and now with Amrabat. The left foot to Djiku. Chip ball forward towards the 18-yard line of Rangers. Too high for Dzeko, headed away by Suter. Dealt with well by Lawrence. Yilmaz has it. Chip ball forward, Egeman will chase. He won't be able to keep it in play though. It's going to be a throw into Fenerbahce. I said it to Andy, Tomo, you kind of feel penalties right now would be Rangers' best chance of going through at the quarters.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same token, Fenerbahce aren't looking quite as menacing as they were in the last 10 minutes of normal time.
Well, long ball for Dzeko. Controls. Rangers supporters felt he used an arm there, but Yilmaz is onto it in any case. Now Tavernier dinks it forward to Bayrami, who finds Raskin. Now it's with Hadji on this near side. He rolls it back to Balogun at the edge of his box. It's now with Lawrence. He goes back to Butland. Rangers keeper on his 6-yard line. Long ball forward with the left foot. It's over the head of Amrabat. Now it's with Bayrami. He gets it from Egeman. Bayrami's got Czerny to the right if he can play him in. Czerny has it on the right-hand side. Can he chop into the left? He does. He's going to shoot it. Goal! Oh, tipped over by Egrebayat. Brilliant effort from Czerny. It was net bound. But Egrebayat made a magnificent save to keep the check out. That looked like it was heading in.
Yeah, it was a good effort from Czerny. I think you quite rightly pointed out, Liam, a couple of minutes ago, Egeman taking the wrong option again to take a shot. Countless times Rangers in this game have took that strike for 25 yards. For me, Bayrami made the right decision there, unleashed Czerny. Good opportunity.
Just over 5 minutes of the first period of extra time left. 2-0 Fenerbahce, 3-3 in aggregate. Tavernier with the corner, right-footed in-swinger, should be the keepers, albeit the defender gets in the way. Overhead kick from Raskin was well wide, and it stays 3-3 overall.
Ambitious from Raskin, you have to say. Again, the goalkeeper didn't really look all that convincing. Goes with the punch, and I think it's actually the defender that gets the header. Then it goes to Raskin. He's got his back to go on the angle. Goes for the spectacular overhead kick, doesn't come off, but the earlier opportunity from Czerny, he catches it absolutely brilliantly. You have to say, Egrebayat, what a save it was from him.
Oh, chance.
Yeah, that's been flicked on. Tadic chasing. Suter's there to close the door though, but he's taking no chances and played it straight into the main stand on the near side, and Fenerbahce have a throw-in level with the Rangers 18-yard line. Tadic takes quickly, bowls it back to Djiku. Ball forward for the impressive Szymanski, and then with Tadic. Szymanski's broken Rangers' hearts tonight, and he's on it right now. But it's a poor ball from him, second time actually in recent minutes, but it's matched by Czerny's ball to Igaman, straight to Djiku. Chip ball forward, looking for Tadic. It's with Balogun though at the edge of his own box. Out to Yilmaz on the near side. Forward to Raskin. Rangers looking more likely just in the last few minutes.
Yeah, and Jose Mourinho doesn't look too happy over the last couple of minutes. He's called over a couple of Fenerbahce players that were warming up. Seems as if he's going to be making a couple of changes.
There's Yilmaz on the left-hand side. He's got Hadji on the touchline. Plays it to Hadji. Wasn't a great ball. Hadji's done well to keep it going. He's found Yilmaz again. It's cross cut out by Tadic and out for a Rangers throw-in. Level with the penalty spot. And the Rangers fans sense something special could be in the offing here. Hadji to Czerny now. Level the edge of the D of the Fenerbahce box. He finds Bayrami. Bayrami back to Czerny. Czerny, it's Igaman and Tavernier to the right of the box. It's to Igaman. It's a dreadful touch, and Tadic clears.
The pass wasn't great, to be fair.
Czerny might get
wrapped it up.
Yeah, Kostic gets there ahead of Czerny anyway and gets back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers were in a promising area, but just kind of ran out of ideas, and Czerny's pass into Igman. I know he doesn't take a great touch, but the pass had way too much pace on it.
Yilmaz for Rangers on this near side. Forward it comes to Hadji. Man into a spot of bother there, but he's got it back to Lawrence. He's gone down, no free
Just
kick.
Get up.
Lawrence with the big switch out to Czerny on the far side. He's come to life again, Czerny. He's on the ball again. Attacking Kostic, attacking Dzeko. He's away from both of them, into the box. Shoots early, scuffs it though. And it's an easy save for Grabaia. It's been a good first period of extra time for Rangers, this. You consider the closing stage of the game and indeed the whole second half.
I agree. It's funny, Czerny towards the end of the second half looked done, but he's kind of been reborn in the last 5 minutes. Sometimes you just get that extra wave of energy.
2 minutes of the first period of extra time left. 3-3 on aggregate it remains. Here come Fenerbahce in this area on this near side. As he takes on Yilmaz, level with the Rangers 18-yard line, plays it across for Tadic. Tadic has it to the right of the D, forces it to the left for Fred. Fred under pressure from Czerny, works it out to Kostic, wide in the left, low ball, Dzeko inside the box, turns, shoots, blocked and put away behind for a throw-in, I think, by John Suter down by the corner flag on the far side.
Just opened up a wee bit there for Dzeko. He's not really had an awful lot of opportunities since he came onto the pitch.
Tadic unable to get onto the little ball into the box, and it's cleared by Rangers through Raskin. Here come Fenerbahce. It's Akticek driving forward, rolling it out to the left for Kostic now with Fred inside the box. Fred trying to get back onto Tadic's back heel, but it breaks down and Rangers come away with it with Bayrami, and now it's with Czerny. Czerny lays it back to Bayrami. Now he's driving across halfway, taking on Amrabat. It's Bayrami all the way at the moment. Plays it forward to Igaman. Out to Czerny. Attacking the Fenerbahce box here. It's Václav Czerny. He's wanting too long again though. Fenerbahce ransack him. And it's well defended once again by Skriniar. But he just wanted too long on it. And it's Dzeko who comes away with it. Shifted in field to Amrabat. Final minute of the first period of extra time. And here come Fenerbahce with Tadic. They're going to strike a killer blow here. Little ball infield for Fred. He's had it nicked off him brilliantly by Bayrami. Fires it forward to Igaman out to this left-hand side. Igaman's got Hadji in field, but again, he wants to hold on to it for too long. Djiku with a challenge. Igaman has it again, though, now with Hadji. See if there's going to be any stoppage time. Looks as though there's going to be at least 1 minute added on at the end here. Rangers have it wide on the right with Tavernier. There's going to be, as the fourth official sorts his fingers and thumbs out on the board, we've gone into a minute of stoppage time, and that is exactly what there's going to be, 1 minute. And it's now with Hadji midway inside the Fenerbahce half. This would be a good time to score for Rangers. Lawrence moves it right to left of the centre circle for Balogun's a dreadful ball straight to Szymanski. There's been a lot of that tonight. Amrabat's onto it, out to the left it goes. Tadic threads it through. Balogun prevents it getting to Enesiri. Now it's with Tadic again though. Little ball, it's a lovely ball as well. It's pulled back here and almost broke down Naziri. The goalkeeper was out too, and Yilmaz clears. Fenerbahce threatening right at the end of the first period of extra time here. Means 3-3.
What a pass it was from Tadic. It really was sensational. The cutback just wouldn't fall to a Fenerbahce player. Rangers managed to scramble it clear.
Well, it's the final few seconds. The Norwegian referee's having a look at his watch, so it will be half-time and extra time shortly. Here comes Amrabat, and there is the half-time whistle in extra time. And it remains as it was after 90 minutes. 3-3 in aggregate. Those Szymanski goals in the first and second half of the second leg. After a really good second half performance by Fenerbahce, they wiped out Rangers' advantage they began the night with, which was at 3-1. 2-0 on the night here for the Turks, and it remains half-time in extra time in this Europa League last 16 second leg. 3-3 in aggregate.
Yeah, I would say perhaps honours even in that first period of extra time there. That Czerny chance, what an effort it was, an absolutely sensational save. But as the guys were saying, Rangers cut open right at the death there, and what an opportunity. It just didn't fall to a Fenerbahce player in the 6-yard box. So the Rangers fans trying to encourage their team here again, as the management team speak with their players down below us here. Barry Ferguson just on a word with Hadji there, just going round his players again, just trying to encourage him. Jose Mourinho there just down to our left, he is speaking to his players. Amrabat has been absolutely sensational tonight. He's been speaking to him, and looking down here, the referee is just urging the players to get back out there and get it done. Can we find ourselves with penalties in around about 50 minutes time? It's looking likely right now, Stephen Thompson. It's such an engrossing contest.
It's on a knife edge, Kenny, it really is. I think that Rangers have done well there in that first period of extra time, because they were really under the cosh going into the end of the normal time, but there's a few of them out there dead in their feet. Obviously Balogun hasn't played that much football, and it's just going to be who can cope best with this last 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you guys pointed out, amazing the energy reserves that Czerny found again. He looked burnt out towards the end of the 90 minutes, but he grey jacket down there, Barry Ferguson, he is off to our right hand side. It's tense, it's nervy. We go again. Could we find ourselves with a penalty shootout as both these sides strive to take their place in the quarter-finals of the Europa League, where they will face the Spanish side, Athletic Bilbao. They overcame Roma earlier on this evening. So here we go again. Back over to Liam.
Here we go again, indeed. A couple of changes here for Fenerbahce. They're bringing on Turkey international Irfan Kahveci and El Naziri off, and they're also taking Szymanski off as well, and they've brought on Mert Hakan Yandas, another Turkey international, albeit just one cap. And those are the changes for them. And it was a strange one there, because it looked like Czerny was done. Danilo, well, TV certainly said Danilo was coming on for Czerny, but they've managed to rub his leg back into action there, I think.
Yeah, it was incredible. They actually announced it in the stadium that Czerny was coming off and Danilo was coming on. You seen him stripped, standing at the sideline. And I must say, I looked at Czerny's reaction. He didn't look too happy at the news he was coming off. He had a quick chat with someone, and before you know it, he's back on the field.
Game on again, second period of extra time, 15 minutes from penalties, and it's Fenerbahce who kick off right to left. They shoot in the white and navy towards the Broomloan Road end, Rangers towards Copeland Road wearing the blue shirts, white shorts. And as Rangers on the ball with Raskin to Igaman, wide left for Bayrami on that left hand side, taking on his man, trying to get away from Amrabat, perhaps try and win a corner. He's not been able to do it. Goes over the byline, goal kick to Fenerbahce. See how their changes, and they made two there, will affect proceedings. Maybe a goal kick here for the visitors.
I know we've mentioned that a couple of times, but that man Amrabat again, his energy to go over and double up in Yanis Hadji. We've actually just seen some images of Danilo there.
Not happy, man.
Not too happy.
No, he's coming on, he's punching the dugout, the back of the dugout, in frustration that they've changed the change. Czerny stays on. Skriniar turns it to his right for Djiku. He moves up towards the halfway line. It's a long volley for Dzeko. Dzeko controls in the chest, moves it to his right, and then it's shifted out wide left to Kostic. Kostic looks up, low ball across, it's cut out. Lawrence trying to get onto it, he's managed to bundle it behind, but it's going to come off the Fenerbahce man last. It was Yandas, and that's going to be a goal kick to Rangers.
Looked like a corner to me.
Kostic's just been a real threat all night. No, he tries a wee Maradona turn and gets it out himself, but Kostic has, throughout the evening, has caused a lot of problems down this left-hand side. It was another really good ball into the middle of the 6-yard box. It just broke kindly for Rangers and the threat was over.
Butland to take the goal kick. It's the late shift at Ibrox tonight. Long ball forward, flicked on by Igaman. Czerny chases, cut out there by Akticek. Hadji trying to get onto it. The left goes down! The referee's blown, and he's going to book Hadji by the looks of things. No, in fact, he's booked the Fenerbahce defender. It's just outside the box. It's so close to being a penalty.
Well, we thought the Jeffrey one in the first half was close. This looks like the exact same.
Here's your replay. It's GQ's challenge. It's outside.
It's just outside, yeah. Listen, Hadji does great though. He anticipates it. He steps on, nicks it back off Diku, and he drags him down about a yard outside the 18-yard box. But I tell you what, it's a really promising position for a Yanis Hadji or a James Tavernier.
This is Tavernier territory, isn't it? We've seen him score from this angle before. Pretty sure he'll fancy it.
Well, is this the moment of magic that Rangers have been waiting for? It looked like the ref was pointing at Hadji, and he made for him. And it is a Rangers free kick. It's almost bang on the 18-yard line. It's left, kind of left angle of it's closer to the left angle of the box than it is the end of the D. So Tavernier, will he try and get it up and down here over the wall? Try and find that reverse right-hand corner. Potentially a massive moment, not just tonight, but in Rangers season. Because it's all about tonight for them now. Tavernier roaring at a couple of players, Rangers players, just in front of the Fenerbahce wall. Czerny's having to pass on the message. He wants them further forward. And Andy and Tom would have a better idea as to what he's up to there.
Yeah, so...
Well, let's have a look at the free kick. If it goes in, then you can tell us all about it. Tavernier with the right foot, here he goes towards goal. It's beaten away by Gribayat. He was looking for the left-hand corner. The goalkeeper's done enough, and it's picked up by Amrabat on the far side. Now Fred scoops it away, and out for a Rangers throw-in.
Yeah, so the rule is you have to be at least a yard away from the wall. He felt as if the Balogun and Suter were too close to the wall, so if it went in, strangely enough, it would be blown back, but it was a great effort.
Yeah, the keeper invited him to go for that side, showed a lot of it to him. Not quite. Tavernier rolls it back into his own half for Suter. Right to left of the centre circle for Balogun, and out to the left for Yilmaz. Yilmaz driving in field by Rami. Out to Hadji. Renewed energy about Rangers right now. In the extra time, they've dealt with it pretty well, and you did worry for them given the way the game was going in that second half of the 90. Here's Tavernier on the right. It's a poor ball though. It's an easy header away by Akticek. Here comes Lawrence, who shoots wildly wide with the right foot. Another effort at goal, but it will stay 3-3 in aggregate. Fenerbahce leading 2-0 in the night. 10 minutes left, and then it's penalties.
Gribayat's gone down. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with him. He surely can't be cramped. But yeah, Lawrence picked that up about 20 yards out, and there was one thing in his mind as he drove forward, just trying to get the shot off, but sliced it wildly wide.
I think a promising sign for Rangers is that the full-backs are starting to see a lot more of the ball. You know, James Tavernier, Ridvan Yilmaz getting it in pockets of space, driving forward. You know, Tom Lawrence there picks up the second ball. We've seen him, he's capable for that area, but he doesn't quite catch it, flies wide of the post.
Be interested to see. I mean, I think he's looking at his groin here, Gribayat, but I'm not sure when he did it, when the incident happened.
Gribayat's struggling. They've made 5 changes, Fenerbahce. You do get an extra one in extra time. It's the number of substitute intervals that they've had. They'll be allowed a maximum of 4. Negrabayat's back on his feet anyway. But I guess at this point, when you are looking at penalties, any injury sustained by the opposite goalkeeper, you're pretty content with.
Certainly.
Looks all right, though. He's limping a little bit.
A wee limp, but yeah, I think it is his groin that he's hurt. As I said, I'm not sure when he did it.
Approaching 10:30 here in Glasgow. This Thursday evening. This is in the melting pot, and not for much longer. There's Dzeko. Back onto the halfway line for Kostic. Misunderstanding, though, with Kvechi, and it comes all the way through to Butland. How desperate are you at this point to try and win the game before penalties?
Listen, for the nerves of these fans in this stadium, they'll be desperate, that's for sure. But again, it's a hard one, because you don't want to go too attack-minded, leave yourself open. On the counter-attack, Fenerbahce have still got a lot of quality in the top end of the pitch. They've been threatening, so I think that Fenerbahce are as likely to score as Rangers are.
Grabayat, Fenerbahce keeper, to his right of his penalty area for Djiku. Is now at the feet of Yandas. Come back the way to Skriniar. Looks up, centre point of the Fenerbahce defence. Long ball high out to the left. Kostic wins the header. Away by Suter. Forward by Tavernier. Czerny keeps it in play. He's found by Rami. Comes off his knee. Might break favourably for Igaman. It does. Works it out to Czerny wide on this near side. Czerny misunderstanding with Igaman. He wasn't running to the right of the box. He was making his way into the penalty area. And Czerny puts it straight behind for the goal kick. Again, it looked like a tired looking pass.
Yeah, he was under massive pressure, though. He had 3 people around him. There wasn't really an option.
They've done that well tonight, Fenerbahce, haven't they? They've crowded Rangers, they've mobbed them. Whenever there's been one Rangers player in a promising position, Fenerbahce have had 2 or 3 players around them immediately, swarming.
Yeah, it was the other way around for the first 25 minutes, but as the game's grown on, Fenerbahce have done really well to kind of thwart Rangers whenever they've been in a dangerous position.
There's Kostic on this near side. Chip ball down the line for Edin Dzeko. Like a long time ago he won those English Premier League titles with Man City. Is by Rami as well to get away from the first man, but Amrabat's there and the referee happy the ball. Oh, in fact, he's going to bring it back for the free kick eventually for the previous challenge. Rangers wanted to take it quickly. The ref's not finished chatting. It's good play by Rami actually. And he was, I think it was the foul, or the foul was by Yandas rather than Amrabat, the initial challenge. So free kick Rangers in the centre circle in the Fenerbahce half. 6 minutes of extra time left. 3-3 in aggregate it remains. Raskin takes it short to his left for Balogun, and now it's with Yilmaz. Goes back to Leon Balogun, forward to Raskin and then to Balogun. Left to right of the centre circle for John Suter. And back to Balogun. Is there a sting in the tail before the shootout? Yilmaz on the far side, goes back the way to Balogun, squares it to Suter. Rangers happy knocking it around here. It's Czerny now in the Fenerbahce half. Back to the halfway line for Tavernier. Lawrence to Czerny on the near side against a tired looking touch, and it's pitched back here by Apticek, who's now going to pick it up on the left, and he's driving forward here up towards the edge of the Rangers box. Czerny trying to atone for his mistake. It's still alive though, and Apticek has it at the edge of the area. He shoots and Butland goes down and makes the save and holds on to. That was aimed for the bottom left corner. It stays Rangers 0, Fenerbahce 2 on the night, and 3-3 in aggregate.
Well, Apticek, he never looked convincing as he was driving forward there from centre half area, but he got the break of the ball on 2 or 3 occasions. Eventually he gets to the edge of the box and just decides, I'm hitting this.
Igaman looked as though it was just a strong challenge over there. The referee didn't like it, and Yilmaz has been yellow carded for what he had to say after that. And he's been booked. It looked like a fair enough challenge from Igaman over there, wasn't it?
Again, it's never a foul for me. Igaman does ever so well to use his body and get the better of the defender. He's got it in the half tunnel. Looks as if it could have potentially been a promising attack for Rangers. The referee brings it back for a foul.
Free kick Fenerbahce, taking chip to the right hand side of the Rangers box for Dzeko. Kvechi's waiting in the middle, comes back to Dzeko, level with the penalty spot, pulls it back to the edge of the area. Oh dear, Raskin with the challenge. Referee wags his finger, it was in the box. Still alive for Fenerbahce here. Raskin wins it back. Forward to Bayrami, can't control. Amrabat shoots over the bar. There will be a penalty check, I'm sure of that.
Well, looking at Andy's face, I think he thinks there's a chance this might be given.
My first instinct was that this is a penalty.
So was mine.
Raskin, you get a chance to see a replay of it. As he chipped the substitute, Yandas.
He's caught his leg, so you've definitely seen these types of contacts given. Shows he's
Mourinho,
pointing.
he's making the sign of the telly, Mourinho, and encouraging the ref to come over and look at it.
He might be playing charades.
Well, they're saying check's over by the looks of it.
Well, that is incredible.
It's a let-off.
That is a huge let-off for Nicholas Raskin in particular, if they are seeing check over. But the ref's now going to have to come and speak to Mourinho. He's got his arms outstretched.
Oh, here goes. Another booking.
Well, he was standing there like Christ the Redeemer over Rio de Janeiro.
It's not
Mourinho, and he's yellow carded.
It's not to Mourinho, I think it's to somebody on his bench. And now it's Mourinho.
Yeah. He's chortling away down there. The Fenerbahce boss. He's always front and centre. There's a couple of yellows, including for Mourinho. So 2.5 left of extra time. This is looking like penalties right now. There will be time bolted on because of all that there. It looked like Fenerbahce were about to be awarded a penalty to put Rangers out before a shootout. Dzeko controls left of the centre circle. He's managed to fire it through to Kaveci. Is he on or off? The moment the flag stays down, Kaveci has it. He's got his cross ball, and it's a good one as well. Butland forced to make the save from Tadic. The flag does go up. It stays 2-0 Fenerbahce and 3-3.
Couple of nervy minutes for Rangers. This it's one. Oh, it's tighter than I thought, actually.
It's not. It's very close. I mean, that's as close as Dessers was twice last week in Istanbul.
Yeah, it is. It's a fabulous ball into the back post. Yilmaz gets caught underneath it. Poor defending. Tadic does well to get it on target. If he goes back across Butland, it's probably a goal. He goes near post and Butland makes the save. It would have been interesting to see the lines drawn in that one because it looked close.
I tell you what, there's not many neutrals in here, but what I will say is what a game this has been in terms of entertainment.
Brilliant game.
Ball out to this near side, it's over the head of Černý. One in there by Kostic, up towards the edge of the Fenerbahce box. It's headed away by Skriniar. Goal now, wins it. Simple as that. Tavernier can't keep it in play on this near side. The loose ball. Fenerbahce have a throw-in on this near side. Fred is over it. Kaveci was booked, by the way, and he would be out of the quarter-final first leg. Should Fenerbahce get there. Černy's won a throw-in off Fred on this near side. Midway inside Fenerbahce territory. Černy in field to Lawrence. The final minute of the regulation extra time. Chipped by Tavernier down the right-hand side of the box. It's with Černy. Looking to squeeze it through. Lawrence trying to get onto it, but it comes off his toe and behind for a goal kick to the Turks. There's going to be stoppage time. There'll be 1 or 2 minutes added on at the end of extra time here. And then it's penalties. And then it's anyone's guess.
It's been anyone's guess for the last 30 minutes because this extra time it's just been so frantic, so end-to-end. Rangers have had their moments, Fenerbahce have had their moments.
There's got to be a concern over Egrabayat, the goalkeeper, by the way, if this is going to a shootout, because he's...
Well, where's he going?
Is he going to get booked here as well? I don't know what's going on here. I think he's
maybe been something thrown at him.
Yeah. I think the Rangers fans think he's time wasting. It's going to be a goal kick to Fenerbahce.
Somebody's launched a bait. He was just pointing that out to the referee.
Right, so 3 minutes left. 3 minutes of football left. Then it's pens. The Rangers fans can stand it. Jiku on the far side, long ball with the right foot. Missed by Balogun, Dzeko chases. Suter gets there and knocks it into the Govan stand on the far side. We're in the first of 3 minutes of stoppage time. And a chance for somebody to come up with something before then. And it's Fenerbahce on the ball in the centre circle with Amrabat. Rolls it along the halfway line. Akticet out to Kostic on this near side. Down the line for Fred. Back to Kostic. And then back to Amrabat into his own half for Skriniar. Right of the centre circle, Jiku. played 1 of 3 minutes, 2 left. Fenerbahce in possession. Tadic. No ball in field, given away. It's with Balogun. He's wanting too long on it. It's been the story for Rangers on many occasions tonight. He's been completely ransacked. Dzeko chasing. Shooter is to time it beautifully and does. Still alive for Fenerbahce. In it comes. It's headed away up into the air by Tavernier. Left-hand side of the box. Dzeko heads it out to the far side. In comes the cross. Diving header away by Suter. By Rami trying to get onto it.
Amrabat,
but it's won back by Amrabat again. He's gone.
This guy is a
like
machine.
The clapper since the start of the match. He's on it here. Threads it to the left. Kostic. In comes the chip ball. Diving header away by Suter. Amrabat heads it out to Kostic again. In field. Back to Kostic. He's in the box. Tavernier with a challenge. And he gets plenty of the ball again. And once more in unison. The Fenerbahce bench. Subs and all up on their feet. Claiming for a penalty. But it looked like Tavernier timed that perfectly again.
I tell you what, it looked like a fantastic tackle to me, and we've just seen it back, and it is a fantastic tackle.
I tell you what, that is top defending. Liam pointed it out. He's had a brilliant evening. Does he get the ball? There's no check, so we'll just presume that he got
the ball. He got the ball.
It's amazing how some angles you think yes and some you don't.
30 seconds just about left. Long from Butland. Headed away by Jiku. Picked up over there by Kaveci. Long ball up towards the halfway line. Balogun with a towering header. And now it's nicked through towards Egeman by Rami. Skriniar closes the door. Clearance up towards the halfway line. Yilmaz facing his own goal there. Goes down, wins the free kick. And this Europa League last 16 tie is going to penalties. There's no doubt about that now. Final few seconds. Andy Halliday.
Again, we've talked about it so much, but it's been such an entertaining game because of how frantic it's been.
Referee whistle to lips as I look at the watch, and he brings the tie to a conclusion with regards to the football played. A really exciting extra time. Sometimes extra time can be a bit of a letdown. There were no goals scored, and there is talk extra time periods could be a thing of the past in the not too distant future, and straight to penalties after 90 minutes. But those two teams out there went for it big style. Czerny came closest, taking it by it with a wonderful save in the first period of extra time. Fenerbahce with a couple of penalty shouts towards the end, but it's those Szymanski goals in the first and second half of 90 minutes after Rangers' 3-1 lead was wiped out, and that is why this tie, Kenny, is going to penalties.
Following Scotland's teams in Europe.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
He slides it home.
Yes, incredible drama here at Ibrox. So all the teams, the management team and the players down below us here gathering names now to see who puts their hands up to take a penalty kick. It is so tense inside this stadium here, right in the gantry. All the Rangers fans standing up behind us here. The Fenerbahce fans, 2,400 of them away in the far corner. We've all been entertained. We can see Barry Ferguson, a close-up of him speaking to his players. Nico Raskin's in there, Berami's in there. A few of them nodding their head. Egeman, I think, just nodded his head there, as did Tom Lawrence. We look at the special one. Jose Mourinho, he has been box office in this game. He has not stopped. Egged on, I have to say, by his considerable backroom team. They've been right at it the whole game, pressurising the fourth officials, screaming for absolutely everything. There were some really contentious ones. I think you'd have to say there's very much a penalty call for Fenerbahce. It looked like it should have been given, but it wasn't given. It was waved away. And then great last-ditch defending by James Tavernier on a couple of occasions, guys. So first of all, if you win the toss here, Andy, are you wanting to take the penalties first?
Yeah, I always think you want to take the penalty first. You want to put the pressure on the opposition. Again, that added benefit as well if you can shoot towards that Copeland stand. But listen, I never even thought we'd get to this point, honestly, before the game. I thought Rangers' deficit over Istanbul was enough, but you've got to credit Fenerbahce and their approach. Second half in particular, the normal time, I thought they were excellent. Extra time was a bit more frantic, as it usually is. Both teams unwilling to make mistakes.
Just looking down here, just at the Fenerbahce goalkeeper, getting information there clearly where the penalties are expected to go. I think it's fair to say. Tom, were you one that put your hand up on occasions like this?
Yeah, I actually scored in a penalty shootout here in the UEFA Cup against, what's the team called from Madeira again? I think it was the
Maritimo.
Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, so I scored, thankfully, and we went through on that occasion. It was not to go into the quarter-final, I may add. But yeah, I would always put my hand up, usually as a striker. There's been a couple of occasions I haven't, when I've had a bad game or whatever, and I've just not felt quite right. But yeah, I generally did. I can't say I've had an outstanding record in penalties. I'd say about 70%. But yeah, I mean, Rangers did really well to come back into this game in extra time, because all the momentum was with Fenerbahce, and in this extra time, yes, they've had to live dangerously on occasions, but they've regained their shape. They found new energy levels, and they've taken the tie. When it looked unlikely going into extra time, you felt as though it would have been Fenerbahce. They've taken the tie to the very end.
I just hope we don't see my Rangers play one of these stuttered run-ups tonight. I just want to see, be decisive, Andy, pick your spot, blast the ball home. Surely that's a technique, is it not?
Absolutely. And I tell you what, Rangers got the first advantage by shooting towards the Copeland, but Dusan Tadic is going to be the first penalty taker for Fenerbahce. Listen, we spoke at the top of the show about Jack Butland's form not being quite what it was last season, but I tell you what, all will be forgotten if he can make a couple of saves in this shootout.
All the Fenerbahce backroom staff down below us here on the touchline, all interlinked, all their arms around each other. The Rangers staff off the right hand side, they're standing with their arms folded. All the players on the halfway line. Liam McLeod, over to you.
Yeah, well, the tension is unbearable for these Rangers supporters. Their record in 5 UEFA penalty shootouts is 1-3, lost 2, including the final of this tournament in 2022. And remember, they've already been on the receiving end of penalty heartache when they lost the League Cup final to Celtic in December. Dusan Tadic, the Serbian veteran, Copeland Road end off to our right. Jack Butland stands, touches his crossbar, but it's going to be the Fenerbahce number 10 to get the shootout underway. Here he goes, left-footed penalty, and Butland saves! Jack Butland saves right down the middle, and Rangers have an early mini advantage in the shootout as James Tavernier strides forward.
It's a poor penalty. He tries to go down the middle. Butland goes to his left-hand side, but he dangles his leg out and it hits him in the shin and spins high into the air. Advantage Rangers.
He doesn't get enough height on it, Dusan Tadic. He tries to go down the middle, doesn't lift it. Jack Butland dangles that right leg out. Advantage Rangers.
Yeah, James Tavernier, the last penalty he took in front of the Copeland Road end was saved by Queen's Park's Callum Ferry. But he's been so dependable from the spot by and large in his Rangers career. It's been a long one now. Can Tavernier get Rangers off the mark in the shootout? Rangers' first spot kick against the Turks. Tavernier against Igor Bayat. Here he goes, right-footed, scores! Bottom left corner. Rangers 1-0 up in the shootout. One penalty taken apiece, but it is Rangers who strike first blood.
I tell you what, he deserves it. James Tavernier has been sensational all night long. We spoke about Taarabt, and quite rightly so. Amrabat, sorry. We spoke about Skriniar. But James Tavernier defensively for Rangers, it wouldn't have got to penalties if it wasn't for him.
Great penalty. The goalkeeper goes the right way as well, but he hits enough pace and gets it far enough in the corner. Really, really good penalty.
Edin Dzeko placing the ball. The Rangers fans behind Jack Butland's goal doing their best to put off the veteran. The Fenerbahce captain, Edin Dzeko, waits for the Norwegian referee. Butland crouching in the centre of his goal. Here goes Dzeko now, it's right-footed, he scores! Really good penalty despite the fact Butland guessed the right way. And going by the Rangers keeper's reaction, he's not far away. It's 1-1 in the shootout.
Carbon copy of James Tavernier's penalty in exactly the same place. The goalkeeper with the exact same reaction. Got close to it, but the pace took it into the corner. Czerny.
Yeah, Czerny's next. Igor Bayat guessed correctly as well, couldn't get there to Tavernier's. And Czerny, who scored twice in Istanbul last week, will be next up for Rangers, their second penalty in this shootout. Egrebayat dancing around on his line. Here goes Czerny, it's left-footed from the check, and it goes right down the middle. Rangers 2-1 up.
That's how you put a penalty down the middle. Foot right through the ball. Perfect height, giving the goalkeeper no chance as soon as he dives. Good penalty, Czerny.
Really good penalty. If you're going down the middle, as you rightly point out, that is the way to do it. He absolutely drills it, gets enough height on it, goalkeeper dives. Brilliant penalty kick.
Next up for Fenerbahce is centre-back Alexander Djiku, born in Montpellier. He's a Ghanaian internationalist. Scored that brilliant equalising goal last week in Turkey. Does he have the Midas touch from the penalty spot? Let's find out. Djiku spots the ball up. He's taking his time over this. The noise level cranked up by the Rangers supporters. Djiku waits. Butland's on his line. Here he goes. The run-up begins. Right-footed. Djiku stalls. He scores. Bottom right. Butland goes the wrong way. It's 2-2 in the shootout, though Rangers have only taken 2 to Fener's 3.
Very, very composed from Djiku. He does the stuttered run-up. He pauses. He waits. Butland dives to his right and he tucks it into the bottom left corner.
It is Yanis Hadji for Rangers. Hadji, he wasn't even in the squad for the league phase of this tournament. And one of those, he was at the club when they were in the final. He's come up with big moments in the past. You think Braga perhaps in particular. Egrebayat's making him wait. He studs up against his post. He's now in the centre of his goal. Hadji, hands and hips, waits to take. Here goes Hadji, born in Istanbul, and it's off the post. The keeper gets the touch onto it. And Fenerbahce are back on terms in the shootout. 3 taken each. It's 2-2. Hadji blinks.
Well, the touch is vital from the goalkeeper. Hadji goes to the goalkeeper's left. It's not a good penalty kick. It's not got a lot of pace. It's not in the corner. The goalkeeper gets a touch on it, which puts it onto the post and out.
Tadic and Hadji have both missed. Tavernier, Czerny, Dzeko, Djiku have all scored. And Fenerbahce now with Fred, who missed last week's first leg. A chance to put Fenerbahce in front in the shootout for the first time. Up against Jack Butland. Here goes Fred, left-footed. Brilliant save! Brilliant save by Butland. Full stretch, threw himself to his right. And Ibrox roars. It is a brilliant piece of goalkeeping. It's 2-2. Fred's got his head in his hands.
I tell you what, given his performance tonight, he doesn't deserve to miss. But Butland doesn't care. Rangers fans in this stadium do not care. It's advantage Rangers again. Tom Lawrence is stepping up.
He got such a strong hand to it. Butland guessed right yet again. And on this occasion gets a really strong wrist.
Yeah, and Tom Lawrence has the chance to put Rangers on the cusp of victory here. Lawrence, right-footed penalty coming up. The substitute up against Egrebayat. Can he score? He does, right down the middle. Rangers are so close. Ferguson roars into the skies of delight. Brilliant penalty, dumped home by Lawrence. Rangers are 3-2 up in the shootout. And as the substitute Mert Hakan Yandas steps up, if Butland saves or Yandas misses, Rangers are through.
It's a carbon copy of the Czerny penalty. Doesn't quite get the height he does. But who cares? It hits the back of the net. Butland saved 2. If he saves a third, Rangers are through.
Well, even if this goes in, Rangers will have a chance to win it themselves, but this would take away all the nerves. Yandas to take. Has Butland got another big moment? Here goes Yandas. Oh!